Hey guys, welcome back. This is Digimon Digital Monsters Season 2, Episode 8 of my show, but this is about Episode 7. Now, before I start talking about it, I want to apologize. First of all, like I said, today's my birthday and stuff, so I'm gonna upload like 4 or 5 videos today for my channel. And before I continue, I just want to apologize before. The reason why this video clunked out earlier was because I think it was because the battery was running low, so the charger had to be plugged into the laptop in order for it to work. So I apologize. I'm gonna redo this one, and then I'm gonna do the others. I'm probably gonna upload maybe 4 videos today, just because it's a special occasion. It's my birthday and stuff like that. Anyway, continuing on, I'll start it off. This is History Digimon Digital Monsters Season 2, Episode 8 of my show. But this is about Episode 7. Now, basically what happens is, Izzy and the others are destroying a lot of control spires in the area, and they realize that there's one control spire left to destroy. Well, actually, Izzy's saying that, according to his calculation, Greymon is done destroying control spires in one area, and then, and he's moving on to the next, and Greymon is basically doing the same thing as well, and then, Izzy's saying that there's still one more control spire to destroy today, and he said that maybe Greymon can get it. Matt thinks that maybe Greymon can get it and stuff, and he said that Ty said that he doesn't think he can because it looks like he's like too far away from that area and stuff, and then TK and the others go into the digital world to handle it, and then basically what happens is then they go into the digital world and enter this domed city area, and they encounter the Guardramons. Now, since the Guardramons are technically recurring characters from Season 1, I won't put them in the description. However, I will put in the description second and last episode until the Digivices find out the true identity of the Digimon Emperor and stuff. And also, I will have to put in the description episode 22 of Season 2 referenced in this episode. I'm not going to tell you what episode number of my show that's going to be because I haven't gotten to that point yet. But I just thought I'll put that in the description as well. Like, the fact that this episode will reference a couple of episodes from now and stuff, like in episode 22. I'm not sure which episode of my show that'll be though, guys. So when I get there, I'll tell you the name and the numbers. But I'll just say that I'll just put that in the description as well. And then basically they're in the area, and then they're fighting the Guardians, and then TK is saying that they need to regroup. And then Davis is saying they quit now, he's never been a quitter and stuff. And then basically what happens after that is, TK is telling Davis that, to not be so stubborn, because, they need to regroup and stuff. And then Flameron's agreeing, and then David says it's alright, and they have to head for the gate. And now I guess I can explain to you what Guardramon's special attack is called. Guardramon's special attack is known as Grenade Destroyer, which is basically an attack where he shoots these missiles out of his arms. And so I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And then while they're running, Guardramon uses the Grenade Destroyer attack and destroys the TV before Kari can get through it. But the others manage to get through it first, and then but Digimon, like I said, destroys it so that Kari can't get them, so she's trapped in the digital world and stuff. And then basically what happens is, uh, when they're in the human world, Davis is getting mad with TK because he said wasn't Kari behind him when he opened the port from the digital world, and he said yeah, and TK said yes, and then Davis is saying, well, what happens is while they're back in the digital world, Kari sends them an email, and then Gallimon is basically saying to Kari that if they're ever in a chance, she can always armor Digivolve. And then basically what happens is after that, she says they'll save that for like a special occasion and stuff. And then basically what happens after that is, she said that she doesn't think that her D terminal is spell checked. And then it goes into the human world where Davis is getting mad with TK on not letting Kari go through first and stuff. And then Cody's saying that basically it's not his fault, it just happened and stuff. And then Davis is saying that what does Cody know, he's just a little kid. And then basically Cody is saying that but he does know when someone's being a jerk and stuff. And then basically what happens after that is, Davis is saying that he guesses that that's him and stuff. And then, Davis is saying that the truth is Davis was right. TK is saying that basically the truth is Davis is right. He should have been watching out for Kari all along and stuff. And then they get the email from Kari, and then TK says that basically if he can find a portal that's open in the area closest to where she is, she can get her back and stuff. And then Davis said that if he thinks that he's gonna let TK thinks he's just gonna sit by and let him be the hero, he's got another thing coming and stuff. And then basically what happens is Davis goes into the digital world as well, and then Yoli wants to go, but then Cody reminds her that it's almost dinner time. Somewhere between the green salad and the green gelatin, the families are gonna wonder where they are. They gotta tell Tiny others. And he guesses that that's the way that they can help TK and Davis right at that moment. And then basically after that, what happens is, sorry about that burp there. Basically what happens after that is, Jolie makes a joke with Cody saying that she knows he's just a kid, but sometimes he's got the wisdom of an old man of 20 and stuff. And then basically what happens is, then Cody gives Ty a phone call, and then this is gonna sound kind of weird, but I don't understand this. Why does Ty and the others have to? Why does Ty and the other kids have to hide lie to their parents about them going to the digital world and stuff? Because they already know about it because of the whole thing during the third arc of the first season and stuff. So I don't understand why that has to be. And then he meets up with Matt on the other end, and then Matt says that he heard about Kari, and he's wondering if he's wondering if Tyler's gonna go into the digital world to get her and stuff. And then basically what happens after that is, he says he will, but first he's got to stop by Davis's apartment. He's got to make up an excuse for why Davis won't be at the dinner table tonight and stuff. And then Matt is basically saying that he'll take care of it. He's gonna go on and get the car and stuff. And then Ty is thanking him for that, and then that kind of freaks out because apparently beforehand he left Mimi on hold when she called from New York and about a full and stuff. Oh, because of the full blow in New York is different than the charge and stuff like that in Japan. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's funny. It's funny. I just thought I'd get out of the way. And then the Digimon Emperor, well, notices that Kari is all alone and stuff, and then basically he said that because she's all alone, she deserves someone special, and then he presses the button, and this little computer code shows up on the screen, and then Wormmon freaks out and he's like, oh no, he can't, anyone but him! And the person he's talking about is Andromon's character. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. I won't put Andromon in the description since he's a recurring character from last season. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, continuing on, and then but first it goes back into the human world, and then Matt goes to where Davis's apartment is, and he tries to lie about his, about Davis being over at his brother's house, and he probably won't be home for a couple of hours or so, and then Q notices that he's lying because he can tell because he's blinking a lot and stuff, and then basically what happens is she promises to not tell her parents that he was lying if he promises to go on a date with her Friday night and stuff, and then basically what happens is after that, Matt's wondering how that happened, and then it goes into the digital world, and TK and Davis are fighting the Guardians, and they find Kari, and then Kari says that Davis and TK are her heroes, and then Davis makes a bit of a joke about that, saying that it was originally his idea, but he decided to bring Kari along for the ride and stuff. And then basically what happens is after that, TK makes a little bit of a sarcastic, snarky remark saying whatever and stuff, and then they go, and then they defeat the Guardians, and then what happens after that is, Davis is wanting them to get out of there, and then Andromon's character shows up, and then Davis is wondering why the guys can't be small and stuff, and then later on, Kari notices the dark ring around Andromon's neck, and then she wanted to be the same one and stuff, and then he's saying that doesn't even remember how they fought together side by side and stuff, and then Davis is saying that she's hanging around with wrong people, and then Davis has to play Andromon to use all his power, but that kind of backfires because of him doing that when Andromon hits him with his lightning blade attack, which is that attack where his black hand spins and he creates a drill in a frequency and it throws it as a blue energy blast. He reverts back to Vemon and stuff, and then Davis goes to where Vemon is, and then he's wondering if Vemon's okay, and then Vemon's saying that Davis is kneeling on his tail and stuff, and then basically what happens after that is, that TK's wanting them to get out of there, because they don't even know if it's the same Andromon, and then Davis shows up, and then Andromon uses his memory brackets to process the goggles, and he notices that it's the same item from years ago and stuff. And then Ty shows up with Andromon and stuff, and then Andromon realizes that the same person that's there is the same human, and then he tries to go over to Kari, and then she wonders if he remembers who she is, and then he says that he's trying, and he says yes. And then he says that basically, and then she says that they all took the picture together, and then she's saying about the picture and phases long ago, and Digivices, and he makes a joke saying he shakes off all those. Now he sees the complete picture and stuff, and then he snaps out of the trance he had when he was under the Digimon Emperor's control, and he's apologizing to Kari for the trouble he caused, and then he realizes that controlled fire that the Digimon Emperor built was the cause for all this, so then he uses his Gatling attack to destroy it, and then basically what happens is Kari's wondering if the Guardians are going to remain broken forever, and then Andromon says that they won't because their programs were just rewritten by the Digimon Emperor. they just need to be reprogrammed and stuff like that. And then basically, then he said that once the Guardians are reprogrammed, he'll stay behind in the digital world to protect them in case the Digimon Emperor comes back and stuff. And then the Guardian that was reprogrammed said that he feels fresh as a daisy, and they go out of the digital world, and then Ty's wondering if Izzy's been there a long time, and then Izzy's telling them that they gotta go, and then he says that Matt just called and told him what happened with Kari, and then he's a little disappointed that they left him out of the loop. And he said that Cody called Ty for help and Ty called Matt, and nobody ever called him until the adventure's all over with and stuff. And then basically what happens is, then he's wanting Ty to apologize to him for not calling him, and he says that that's how he shows respect, and he says he's sorry. Now this, and then he says that, basically, and then he said that basically forgot the reason why he came over here, and he analyzed the Digivices, and he found out that they have 3 functions. Those 3 functions are known as, now this kind of introduces the actual new form of the Digivice. They're called D3s. Now the reason why they're called that is because they have 3 functions: digital, detect, and discover, which is why they gave them the nickname D3s and stuff. Oh, and by the way, in this episode, Willis, a Digidestined character named Willis will get a guest reference as well, so I'll probably have to put that in the description. He doesn't show up physically till the movie, so I won't talk much about it, but I'll put in the description about him and stuff. And he but I will tell you this about him: he became a Digidestined around the same time Ty and the others did back in Japan. 8 years ago now, technically, because these episodes that I'm talking about take place 4 years after the events of the original season, so technically now, with this season, it's been 8 years since the event. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And then, then it goes to where Matt is with his dad, and then he's saying that some girl named June called, and he said that she made reservations for Matt and her at Montreal and stuff. And then Matt is getting upset because he can't believe he had to take Davis' sister out on a date. And then basically what happens is after that, he realizes that he burned the food and stuff, and then he goes to where Ken is at the Digimon Emperor. Now, I'll probably put in the description, I'll put in the description last episode until we find out the true identity of the Digimon Emperor, because in the next episode we'll find out the human identity of the Digimon Emperor. And then when the Ken is in his Digimon Emperor in his human form is in his room, he's saying, "Blast, those Digivices are becoming a nuisance to me. I gotta get them away from those kids." And then that's basically where the episode stops. So if you guys like this video on YouTube, just please give it the real best you guys can. And I'll see you guys next time. Keep it digital. And once again, I'm sorry that this video comes out before because the laptop was in charge. So again, once again, keep it digital.